Malintal, your host for today. And it is my pleasure to be a moderator for this web interview to some of the famous blogger in the Philippines. Let us hear their critique about the movie Last Christmas. Let's begin.
Yes, I learned how to extend my hands to those people who are in needs. I learned the concept of giving to those people according to my strength and be wise with my actions and aim to make a change. I also learned the behavior of fixing my own mess and as an apology if I made a mistake. I think the message of the movie is just to be grateful for what you have. I agree with it because being grateful is the starting point of the positive vibes in life. Even if life tests your patience, drag you down, put you into situations where you think you can't, being grateful will help you to surpass the struggles in life. Gratefulness will be your armor to do more for others, to be able to help other people, and to be a better version of yourself. Because gratefulness will give you positive energy and will lead you to contentment. What I like the most about the movie is its theme. It is about Christmas, and thinking about it is a very exciting moment and the most awaited holiday to spend time with our loved ones. It feels like the world is in its peace and love. And of course, we, Christians, celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. That is why Christmas is extra special for me. What I like least about the film is that the protagonist, or Kate, always wears or dressed as an elf. She constantly dragging her suitcase around, which is just very unpractical, but then she rarely uses the contents inside said suitcase. I wish the characters are dressed with thick clothing to express or feel the Christmas season. My favorite character is Katarina, or Kate. I love the transition of her attitude, being selfish to a person who extends her hands to help other people. She is really having a hard time with her audition. She is an alcoholic, selfish girl, but the best thing is she managed to handle and fix her mess and problems with her life. She managed to keep going, and I really admire her being optimistic and full of hope. Yes, Katarina being in love with Tom reminds me of my love life. It reminds me the feeling of being in love. Walking together, sharing thoughts, laughter, time, and just being romantic with each other reminds me of a special moment with the person I love. It's just like a fairy tale. As I finished watching the film, I thought the situation of other people who are homeless, who are abandoned by their family, and those people who have nothing. I really thought the situation of other people having nothing with them. It really makes me sad thinking there are people who are less fortunate, but they still manage to smile, to laugh, and live despite their situation. Yes, because this movie has a lot of lessons to offer the viewers. It is very realistic and its scenes really happened in real life. People can relate with the personalities of the people, and it can make the viewers realize small things and appreciate the spirit of Christmas. Yes, because this movie has a lot of lessons to offer the viewers. It is very realistic and its scenes really happened in real life. People can relate with the personalities of the people and it can make the viewers realize small things and appreciate the spirit of Christmas.
The young people in our church sing a Christmas song every simbang gabi to raise a small amount of money to buy gifts for indigenous. This trait is similar to the characteristic of protagonist. She used her talent to help the homeless people. Like the antagonist, I am lost and still trying to fix myself. The setting in the movie that is similar to which I've been there is the homeless place. They are similar that people there doesn't have permanent or decent job. But they are differently because to the place I went to, they find their own ways to survive and to have foods. The central problem in the movie is Katrina, the main character, felt so lost after she had a surgery. She felt unlike her usual self. Right now, I am somehow facing the dilemma, finding the old me, the bubbly one, and caring person. I can apply the lesson in the film to my own life by accepting my flaws, by loving myself unconditionally, and never be compare myself to others. For me, the strongest emotion I felt when watching the movie was sadness, and I can help myself not to cry in every scenarios.
The character was introduced as someone who is careless with her actions. The careless protagonist met a guy who changed her from being delinquent to a dutiful person. The major character had a problem with her family, which affects her emotions. That gives the credibility of how an actor should act. Yes, there is a consistency in the story, and their actions follow their natures and ring true.
The positive or negative aspect of being human, such as birth, growth, reproduction, love, and death. Last Christmas is a film about confronting fear, accepting and moving past trauma and tragedy. I can say that the significance of the story is the best relationships simultaneously support and challenge us, especially in the times of great difficulty. The other theme of the story is a rumination of self-love and the power of healing. We never know if Tom is a ghost or just a figment of Kate's imagination. So, the social issue I've seen in the movie is that the scene where Kate is in the bus. There are couples who are talking in different language. A drunk man screams to them to go back to their country if they speak in different language. It is offensive knowing that the man is being xenophobic. So xenophobic is having an unreasonable fear or hatred to the foreigners or stranger. The life lesson I learned from the story is the importance of kindness. It is not too late to change. It is not too late to correct all our mistakes. And helping each other is what makes people happy. And always choose that happiness.
So for me, the story is gratifying and touching, especially in the part where a man gave his heart to a woman, or Tom gave his heart to Kate. And the tone or the mood of the story is sad because their love story ended tragically. So the tone helped guide the viewers into an emphatic reaction of the story in a way of bringing the audience or the viewers into the reality of the story, or making the viewers relate to the story. Say for example, the conflict in their family, especially with her sister, is a bit sad, while the empathy is felt by the audience in the part where Tom died. Yes, the point of view from which the story is told is the best choice that the storyteller have made. For you can feel the emotion and can relate to the story. Because if it was told or narrated by somebody else who doesn't play a particular role in the story, I guess I cannot relate that much in the story. The use of flashback in the story provides significant information because it makes the story more realistic and connects the scenes happened in the story and provide deeper explanation about the characters and the scenarios. Say for instance, the accident happened to Tom and the surgery of Kate plays a big impact of the story. So an example of foreshadowing and darkening the story is when Kate asked for Tom's phone number for them to stay connected, but Tom said that he left his phone in his cabinet. So with that, it gives me the hint that there's something wrong with that scenario, and it made me more interested with that movie. The title of the film, The Last Christmas, is the denouement of the story, for it refers to the things happened on Christmas, and the conflict of the story has been finally resolved.
Every filmmaker uses a set, so set usually takes us the setting of the story. So sets helps us to show where and when the story takes place. The set also helps us in conveying the meaning to the audience. The costumes helps every acting in the play to be more realistic, and it also catches the attention of the audience. This also helps the filmmakers to enhance the characters in every play.
The acting choice contribute to the story that the filmmakers are trying to say by having a better presentation of the story. By the help of choice in acting, the characters can execute the messages that the story is trying to say, and it makes the story more conveying and applicable in every scene. The props contribute to the image that the filmmakers are trying to convey by making the settings more reliable and creative. It made an appearance to help the viewers understand the set, the scene, and what's happening.
is the close-up shot wherein young Katrina sings the Heal the Pain was one of the unforgettable and iconic part. When the editors cut out one scene to another, how the transition were made gracefully. The part when young Kate sings as a choir in the church and how she grows up, sing the same song in the different setting. Parallel editing is a technique whereby cutting occurs between two or more related actions occurring at the same time in two separate locations or different points in time. It is according to Columbia.edu. It is made for the viewers understand that the story have different perspectives happening in the same time.
The editors also based the application of the effect to the appropriate angle of video capture, and they use enhanced technology tools to edit it. To make the film look better, and they can show what plot of the story they want to show. Yes, because the music in this film determines what plot of the story is. Because the music is titled Last Christmas, which is also used as title of the film, and every verse of the song corresponds to the story of the film.
I'm back again, everyone, your host. So it is an amazing thing to hear those incredible critics coming from our famous vloggers in our country. I think this is the time to hear the song they have prepared for us. Again, you have the famous vloggers to sing for us the Last Christmas song.
Last Christmas, I give you my heart.
But the very next day,
Give it away. This year, to save me from tears.
Give it to someone special.
Last Christmas, I'll give you my heart. But the very next day, you gave it away.
This year, to save me from tears.
I'll give it to someone special.
Merry
Christmas!